And good evening, everybody. We are now live here at the Games Tavern with Dirty Deeds, where us cheerful nerds here, we're going to get together, do a little bit of exploring of Eberron, and play some Dungeons and Dragons. Really excited for tonight. If this is your first time here at the Games Tavern, we'd like to welcome you. Great to have you here. Please make sure you go ahead and follow us on Twitch. It's free. It supports the show, the cast, and all of our crew working hard in the background. Also remember that not only can you watch us live every Monday on Twitch, but you can also watch us on YouTube about 48 hours later when we upload all the videos there. And if you missed any of our previous episodes, you can go back and get yourself all caught up. Definitely look forward to see if our brave adventurers here can find Biscuit tonight. We'll see. But before we go ahead and get into the action, we do have a few announcements for you.
All right. So, remember, if you have an Amazon Prime, you can also get a free Prime gaming subscription, which you can use to support the show. And Prime gaming subscribers get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord.
Friends, thank you so much for your continued support. We love you for it. And what better way to show your support to the cast than by cheering on your favorite character tonight? Your bits and cheers show support to us cast and crew. When we reach 500 bits, we will reward inspiration to a random player. If you cheer 1,000 bits, you can pick which character gets the inspiration. We also have a channel goal of 50 subs this month for a new record. Only you can help us get there. Your subs help us get to a point where we can pay the cast and production crew that works so hard to make this channel a reality.
A humongous thank you to Cobalt Press for sponsoring the show. Just go to cobaltpress.com, or you can also check it out yourself by checking out the link to Cobalt Press in chat.
Tonight, thanks to our sponsors, we are giving away a Cobalt Press Tome of Beasts 2 digital PDF copy, which has over 400 new monsters. Players will never see them coming in your 5th edition sessions of the world's greatest role-playing game. We're also giving away an epic character generator sponsored by Overhead Games. The raffle for the package will begin shortly and will continue to take entries until the end of the stream when we pick a winner. Type !epic once you see the notice in the chat that the raffle is live. Must be a follower and must be present in the chat for the staff to contact you to win. That is very important. Got to be present at the end of the show.
Absolutely. And I believe with that, we are ready to go ahead and get back into the story of Dirty Deeds. So last week, our adventurers on their search for Biscuit had entered a grove, the very one that they believe is the one referenced by Lyra in the letter they received, telling them where their faithful companion had been taken. As they attempted to non-lethally subdue a sleeping individual, mayhem ensued and a battle took place. They fought their way through a few individuals outside, worked their way into the building, took out a few more, and then were beaten by a couple of doors. But however, upon finding one of the keys, they were able to gain access to the basement, where they found a small cavern with dead bodies in the corner, the smell of blood, and just damp mildew in the air, empty cages lining this room. They faced a powerful foe who managed to take one of them down in the process. Upon seeing this, however, one of our adventurers, Echo, losing her cool a little bit, going into a rage, plunged her double-bladed scimitar through the skull of this individual, ending his cruel experiments. And that is where we find ourselves now, as Echo, you find yourself sitting on top of this mangled body. What would you all like to do?
I'm just gonna stay there.
I think
You all right?
I'm gonna look at her, but don't say anything.
Hey, nice work, kid. You did good.
You got him.
Can I sniff the guy? Do Do I?
Okay.
Is there anything like I want to say like I want to search for him, but obviously I'm in a different form, so like sniffing or something to kind of.
I mean, you're still you.
I
You're
am,
just-
but like
yeah.
pat
Some
him
of your
down a
features
little
are more pronounced right
yeah,
now. So you want to sniff him.
yeah.
He smells bad.
Okay, never mind. Oh,
He
no.
smells bad. You get that aroma of somebody who's been just hasn't showered in weeks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh God.
Okay, fine. I'll pat him down, see if there's anything in his cloak.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'm not a smart cookie, so this
You
really
still have
is-
inspiration though.
I do have inspiration. I rolled a 9, so I will take my inspiration and
Okay.
reroll. And that is an 8. So that's great.
Okay, so as you're kind of patting this guy down, you find the robes that he's wearing are now covered in blood. And you find that he's actually wearing some leather armor underneath his robes. And he has the dagger that he actually slashed or stabbed you with earlier.
Hmm.
And that
Wait,
is all
the
you
dagger?
find on him.
I'm gonna take that dagger.
Okay. You now have a dagger.
Dagger. Okay. And I'll also kind of point to his leather armor if anyone wants it. Kind of
Does it look like nice leather armor, or does it look like
tattered.
It-
armor?
Is just like the others that you encountered upstairs. This is almost piecemealed. It's old. It's kind of falling apart in some places.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna shred it with my claws.
Okay, so you just start tearing into the.
Yeah.
Does he
Leather.
have any boots?
He has some boots
I
on.
don't want
yes.
his boots.
I take the boots off. You might want to hold on to those for a second. I don't know if they're your size, but they might.
Smell awful.
Sure.
Yeah, you know that smell of like old gym
Ooh.
shoes that have been sitting in the closet for a couple of months.
No
Yeah,
bueno.
that's the smell you get off of these boots.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe we should burn these. Hold on. And I'm gonna go around to all the guards. And hey, Echo, what size are you again?
I don't really speak
Boots.
when I just be like,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
take off my boot and give it to him, but like to like compare size. Like I don't know.
I'm just taking the sole of her boot and just putting it up against all the,
Okay,
Oh, their
so,
feet.
all
so
the guards.
down
Yeah.
here where you are, there's only 2 other individuals other than the robed figure
and the pile of bodies.
and the pile of bodies. Yes. So you're gonna look at the pile of bodies for boots too.
Yes,
Okay.
if they're in any better shape than the ones that we already have, mind you. Not just any.
let me see here. Okay. Yeah, you're able to find a okay pair of boots that would fit Echo.
Okay, chuck the old one and just bring them over and hand them over. They should work, I think.
Pick them,
Um,
put them on, and I'm also going to go to Halceris and kind of nudge him and see if he's doing all right.
There you go.
So at this
Uh,
point, your rage has ended too, right?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'm slightly
So-
calmer. I'll shift back to my normal form.
Okay.
Still kind of emotionally upset with what went down, but I'll check in on Halceris and make sure he's all right.
Sure. Yeah, I think I was, and probably just leaned up against the wall, and if Steele will allow it, I think I just have Cafe just like under an arm, like, oh, okay. And then if you come over, it's like, thank you. Thank you.
He had literally like just landed on your shoulder right before she made that blow. So
Mhm.
yeah, he's still with you and just kind of like,
If you'll help me up, Echo. It is very strange to try and pet this bird thing.
Oh.
Doesn't exactly have feathers. But thank you,
Is
Cafe.
it literally just? I'm still confused. It's like a legitimate coffee pot.
no,
Like,
it's
I-
I mean, it looks like a bird, but
Okay.
its original form was a coffee pot.
Oh, does it not have feathers though?
No, the feathers are actually hammered metal. Like you can
Mhm.
you can see if you look at them, they were individually made.
So like
yeah.
if you like petted it, it might like slice you because it's metal. It's like.
Think
Probably not so
Think-
sharp. But
I was gonna say think more like a model, like a miniature or something. that would have,
Okay.
It has kind of those softened edges, but they've been hammered in.
Ro kind of jogs over there and helps you up too.
Yeah, just.
Just like
Appreciate
hands out like.
Okay. Oh, a little easier. Okay. All right. I'm up. That was not exactly the most fun I've ever had. Would it be possible, DM, for me to go over and look? I did. So, and like, if I need to roll, let me do that. But was I in the fight? Was I kind of picking up that he was using divine magic at any time?
Yeah. So you're kind of familiar with some of the spells that were being used.
Okay.
So you're familiar with the spell he used to shield himself,
Mhm.
and you're also familiar with the inflict wounds, the spiritual weapon that he used. You're very
Okay.
familiar with them because there's something that you either have learned about and you can cast, or that you will be able to.
Sure. So, would it be possible for me to, I know Echo has done an investigation, but could I do one to look for the holy symbol perhaps this person had?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, give me investigation.
Or...
While he is doing that, might I get
good lord. Sorry. It might have been destroyed when you took apart the armor. It was a 7.
Okay. So you're looking for any kind of medallion or ring or something that he would have used for a spell focus, and you're not finding. He's not wearing any jewelry. He's not wearing any kind of pendant or anything like that.
I want to look around and see, are there... I want to find another key because that door's pissing me off.
Okay. Where are you going to look?
I want to look on him and the guards. I assume that one of them would have a key, but not the one that I already have, because I have one for the... I'm assuming they probably already have keys for the door that comes down here.
Okay, so you're checking the bodies, though.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Give me an investigation check.
While he's doing that, can I look around the room to find anything of significance, anything that seems, I want to say, important? To an extent, I guess.
Give me investigation. What'd you get, Steele?
18 on the dice, plus, I think I have a 5. Yep. So a 23.
23. Okay, so as you start searching the bodies for keys on the two other guys that were on the sides of the room, you do find that they each have a copy of the same key that you already have. When you're inspecting this guy in the robes, as you're checking through his stuff, you look over and just kind of underneath the stone altar that's right there, you see a key kind of sitting on the ground right there, just kind of tucked underneath the altar a little bit.
Grab it.
You grab that. It is not the same key as what you already had previously.
Put them both in a pocket.
Okay. What did you get, Taryn?
13.
13. So looking around, you see the pile of dead bodies. You see a bunch of cages. And in one of the cages that's off in the corner by itself, you see part of the cage itself and the stone all around the ground is just burnt and charred. As if another blast of fire had just kind of hit that area as well.
Okay.
Once Halcera seems to be doing all right, Cafe is gonna take off, and as being the raven that he is, he's gonna look for shinies.
Okay.
So he's just gonna make a perception or investigation, whatever. I guess it'd be perception. He's just looking for shinies. He's not.
He's just looking for shinies. Yeah, give me a perception check for Cafe.
That is +4. Not great. 7. He got a 7.
He's not finding much shinies down here. I mean, he sees a couple. There's a couple short swords that the other two guys had, but that's the only shiny stuff he's really finding right now.
I will make my way towards the corpses.
Okay.
And about how many of the, I assume innocent, but the bodies, how many do I kind of see?
So, in a quick look as you walk over towards this just pile of bodies sitting over in the corner of this room, you see what looks like 5 individuals, all dressed in common clothing, just kind of all humped over each other as if they were all just thrown into this corner.
Echo, I do not wish to ask anything that would make you uncomfortable, but would you give me a hand arranging these in a more dignified position?
I can help. I can help too.
Yeah. Let's get that.
Yeah. So I just spend just laying them and then kind of funeral rites, just arms crossed on the floor, and yeah, just a bit more. And as I look at them, do I notice? Are these all just like stab wounds, like to the chest, to the heart? Is this like a bleeding out? Is this like cutting an artery and letting it blood?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay.
And I'll say you have advantage because I'm sure.
Should we leave them here, or should we like bury them? I don't know.
Well, let's allow Alceris the rights, and then maybe we can take them upstairs and bury them.
Woof, gang. Woof.
Oof.
That is with advantage an 8.
Wow, we're really killing it, guys.
Dice are with you all tonight. That's for sure.
I died in the last game, so I'm going to chalk it up to shell shock. So
okay. Yeah. So you don't see any punctures or slashes or anything like that on them.
In the meantime, Ro's just gonna walk over and kind of nudge Echo and just like, "Yo, kid, you good? It was impressive."
Well, I wasn't expecting to get that upset, but when I saw how Sarah, something just clicked, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
But I still kind of scared myself in the process. I don't know how I feel. I hope I didn't worry you all.
And no, I mean, it would have worried us more if, he'd hit us.
Did the right thing.
I know, it just still feels really weird and uncomfortable to be in that state. The last thing I want to do is lose control, so it's really hard to explain how something as significant as how Sarah's getting hurt just made me snap.
It
wasn't a controlled turn. It was just me losing it, and I worry that I might not come back from it sometimes. You know.
I do think that you have an incredible strength that maybe you don't have to be so afraid of.
You won't know.
I'm
until you try.
Yeah, I'm just saying, think about it.
It's just you grow up in a place where people like you are kind of looked down upon or treated as others. So you kind of hold it to yourself to not show that side of yourself. And in the process, I became scared of that side and I would shun it away. So last thing I want to do is offend you all or hurt you all in a way that makes me even more regretful of who I am at times, you know?
I want to come across, have just like kind of said my prayer over, and then I will put a hand on Echo's shoulder and say, I would be more offended if you did not feel you could be your true self with us.
Just hug
and
him.
Then, thank you. And not too tight, the ribs.
Okay, sorry.
I'm
just glad you're okay.
How are you doing, bud?
I'm all right. I've It's been a while since I've had the scrape like that. Not as young as I used to be, but I will be fine. Give me a rest, and I will be back to fighting shape.
Can I head
I
upstairs?
want to go. Yeah, I want to go check out something real quick, and then.
Oh,
maybe
those
we'll find-
doors. We can.
Yeah, there's a
Do you think we'll
door
get them
we
open
need to-
finally?
I think I got the key right here. But then we'll find some shovels to give these people a proper burial. Maybe
Oh,
tuck in,
I do
tuck
think
in
that
here for the night.
it might be more prudent to give them a slightly different push into the underworld. I think maybe cremation might be the way to go, as opposed to digging graves for a while.
I mean,
Well, collecting that much wood takes almost more time, but it's.
I've never
Okay,
I've never buried a dead person, so I'll take
it's-
your word for it.
No, I mean we could take them upstairs and just burn the whole place down.
I like
doesn't
that.
hurt.
Burn.
doesn't
Let's
hurt
find
me at all.
Biscuit. Take this whole thing down.
and if we would like to them buried, I think Roger and some of his friends upstairs have some atoning to do.
True.
So,
Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
I'm
So-
gonna beeline it. I'm gonna beeline it up into the door.
Okay. So as you all head up the stairs, you get to the top of this long stairwell, back into this small little room, seeing the charred wood and stuff at the top of the stairs. The door is now closed.
The door that was
The door coming out of the little room that you were in. You at the top of the stairs where you got the charred wood and stuff around you. You see a few barrels over in the corner. And the door that you had left open when you came in and went down the stairs is now currently closed.
This was open, right?
Is there a draft inside that?
No?
No. Can we try and open it? Is it locked?
So you go to open the door. The door is not locked. However, as you try to open it, it feels as if something on the other side has barricaded the door.
Oh, hell no.
Roger.
sure.
Alceres, when we get out of here, I'm killing that. I'm killing him. You understand that,
I
right?
suppose.
Wait,
I
we
didn't
don't know
dig
it was
grave
Roger. It could have been someone else.
It could have been someone else, but I might
Did you
let
tie-
you.
Wait, did you tie the rest of them up? I thought we tied the rest of them up before we left.
We did tie some of them up, but Roger was left untied, I think. So
Yeah.
I mean, if he let go of his neck to untie someone, then perhaps.
Oh dear, it's awful.
Um,
Priorities.
I will leave it to one of you stronger people to try to push this. I'll just kind of move my way back to a further away position. I'm not that strong.
I'll work to push it open.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Yeah. We're all gonna. Hey, you still got that crowbar, bro?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I also have a crowbar.
I think we all have crowbars.
Is this for Roger or
I-
for the
I
door?
don't. For the door first, and then for Roger second.
Well, all right, someone's being Jason Todd today.
All right. I shove the crowbar in and
Horrible.
give
So
it a
where-
yank.
Where are you putting the crowbar in? on the
Okay.
door?
Out of character, I haven't broken into very many places. I'm
Okay.
not
By the door,
entirely
by the
certain.
handle where the
By the
latch
handle?
is.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, now I know for later, you know?
Okay.
All
right,
right,
yeah,
use leverage.
The more you know.
Yep.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Give me an athletics check with advantage.
Can it be okay?
Can it be what?
I was
Acrobatics.
just trying to. Yeah, can I like do a flip and do
Do a flip.
it?
Or like a jump kick.
Yeah, jump kick.
No.
Okay, that's a 14. Okay, I rolled the other one. I shouldn't have rolled this one. 17.
Okay, 17. You're pushing on. The three of you are prying at this. You're prying at this, and the handle just breaks off of the door. And now you see it just kind of sitting there. You can actually see through, and you see the 2 benches that were just inside the door when you first came into this building have been propped up against this door.
No!
Good work, Ro. Hold on.
Could
just a
you
second.
take the crowbar and stick it through the hole and like push it away?
That's what I'm
gonna
trying.
I'm gonna go through my tinkering stuff, and I'm gonna grab like a small pike, and I'm just gonna start hammering out the hinges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since we're on the inside, so I just figure
Yeah.
just
All right.
hammer out the hinges.
Ro, go ahead. Give me another athletics check.
Oh god, this isn't gonna go well.
You got it. Nat 20.
Believe in yourself.
12.
You start
Almost.
to kind of push one of the benches a little bit. It moves a few inches, but you're just not quite. You
Strong
can't
enough?
really
What's
get
the
the
door
leverage.
made out of?
What?
It's a oak door. It's,
Oh, that's a good door.
Oh,
Yeah.
firm door. You can't like
Yeah,
punch
it's
your
pretty
way through
firm.
it.
Bring this back to the bunkhouse with us. It's a firm door. A nice oak right here.
Yeah.
okay.
I say
After
we use this to bludgeon Roger.
so very shortly after you started pushing that steel, you're able to knock the pins out of the hinges on the door, and the door just starts to kind of fall down towards you. You're all able to you're able to hold it up and kind of push it off to the side.
Like
the
the door
benches
that
fall
Hagrid
down.
breaks down.
Sorry about that.
So now you got there's 2 benches kind of coming part way into the room with you.
Biscuit.
I heard a dog.
I'm gonna run to the door. I'm gonna run to the locked door.
Can I like jump through the little space between the opening of the door and I'm guessing the benches?
Okay.
Cute.
So as you come out into the little hallway, you make your way into this dilapidated cabin into the center. You see 2 bodies laying on the floor in the center where you had left everyone. One is the individual that Halceris was not able to save, and you also see Roger
I knew it. He was a
laying
good
face
person.
down.
Meh.
I roll him over.
Roger!
So as you roll Roger over, you see the bandages are on his neck have fallen off, and blood is just pouring out of his neck. And you also see a dagger
Ooh,
plunged into his
Roger.
chest.
Seems like someone got to him unlethally. And I look at Halceris.
I mean, we have to probably have a talk about what your dictionary definitions are, but perhaps later.
So you do also
go-
see the rope. You see the rope that you had tied all the others with has been cut.
I'm gonna go to the door, and I'm gonna unlock it.
Okay. Yeah. So which door are you going to?
The one that I was trying to unlock and got stabbed by.
Okay. So you're going to the one in the lower left-hand corner. Okay.
The
Yep.
stabby door.
All right.
While
so,
he's doing that,
as you open up that door, you enter what looks like a small bedroom. Looks like a private chamber. This one's not as pungent as the one with the multiple beds in it. But you see a double bed, you see a small bookshelf, you see a small little wardrobe and a fireplace over in the corner that is not currently lit. There's a nice, kind of dirty, but it's still a fairly decent carpet laying on the floor. And the double bed sitting over in the corner. It's not made, but you can tell somebody has recently slept in it.
while he's doing
Okay.
that the little kitchen to the lower right,
Okay.
that's in the lower right corner of the house. Can I go in there and see if I could find some oil and other flammable objects, material?
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Give me an investigation roll.
Investigation. This wet box is just killing my mojo. That's a 6.
You're not able to really find any oil. You do find like 3 pounds of some dried meat. You find few pounds of some dried fruit. You find a barrel of water, and you also find a barrel of ale.
All right, backpack the meat and dried fruits. If I can find a cup or something to hold the ale in, I'm going to scoop out whatever I could, whatever I find, to a pot, something, and scoop out some of it.
Okay.
And
there's a pot on the stove that you can take. There's a couple tankards just sitting on the table.
Yeah, grab me a tankard of ale and just kick the ale over.
Okay.
Without asking if we want any.
Selfish, I tell you.
What a badass.
Yep. So you start spreading this ale all over the kitchen area. All right, Steele, what are you doing inside the bedroom?
All right, so I'm gonna do some research, see if I can see any trace of where they took my dog.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Can I help him in this investigation?
Yes. Yep.
I will give you the help action. Just looking.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything that pertains to what was going on here is what I would be more interested in.
Okay.
But
23 on investigation.
Okay, so with a 23, so as the two of you search through this room, you find a few sets of clothes, just some common clothes, a couple sets of robes like what the hooded figure was wearing down in the basement. You find just some loose papers. They're all blank. It's just as if he was using it to write letters or to take notes and stuff. On the bookshelf, you actually do find 3 books of note. Some of the other ones are just they're children's books, stuff like that. But the 3 of them you find is the first one is called Forbidden Marks, written by Lorenza Blanchett. The second book you find is called Bits and Pieces, A Warforge's Love, written by Rose Wilder. And then the third book you find is Bound in Dark Leather.
Wait, that's the title, or that's the book is bound?
No, that's the description of the book. This book is bound.
Okay.
I was like, oh,
wow. There's
yes,
no
this is of grave interest.
There's no discreetness at all there.
No. So this book, it's bound in a dark leather. The pages in it are kind of a little dark from age. And as you open it up, you look in, you are unable to read any of the writing within this book. Going further down throughout the room as well, you find 40 silver pieces, as well as 139 gold pieces. You also managed to find in the wardrobe, you find a small black pearl and an orb. You see this small, about 3-inch diameter orb. It looks like it's made out of some sort of lava rock. It's like basalt. It's got little porous holes throughout it, but it looks like it's been shined and polished, and it's a perfect sphere. That is everything that you find within that room.
Well then, can I do an Arcana check to see if I get anything off this orb?
Yes. Yep.
A 14.
All right. So with the 14, as you're holding this orb and looking at it, you get the sense that it does contain some form of abjuration magic, but it is also can be used as a spell focus.
Okay.
And that's pretty much that is all that you glean from this.
Currently, I'd like to pile some of the blankets and sheets from the other room in the middle of the floor by Roger and the unnamed person's bodies.
Okay.
And throw a little bit of ale on it.
Okay. So while they're searching the room, you're just taking clothes, you're taking bed sheets, you're taking everything, piling it up, dousing it with ale. Ro and Echo, what are the two of you doing while all this is going on?
Well, I was gonna be in the room, and I'm kind of curious about the books.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm flipping through.
Okay, so as you start flipping through these books, the one bound in leather you cannot read either.
Sorry, every time.
However, the other two, as you start to look at some of the passages within the books, they are essentially smut books.
I think because I had not read previously these kind of books, my eyes just go really wide. Like, whoa.
See it and I'm like, no!
What is that?
Nope.
Why?
Maybe in a couple years, bud. Just.
So there's no pictures, there's no nothing, but it does get very graphic in its details within the book.
Does it not have one of those like super like over the top cover arts?
Covers with the corsets and the trailing and the...
So
what is
course.
I was
So
reading
these do
bits and
not.
pieces, so I really thought it was about Warforged because like we've been through Warforged stuff, so I was like, maybe like it's those clues about the Warforged that we've encountered with, like
this isn't
Not
Okay.
clues you
Alright,
need. These are not clues you need.
like
gonna
the
be
two
straight. Echo?
bodyguards, of the prince. What are their
Echo,
names again?
Deadeye
Panther
and Lancer.
Oh my gosh! Do you think they know about these books?
Right, no, wait, Echo.
I certainly hope
pause.
not.
I'm gonna be straight with you. This is a dirty book.
It looks clean to me.
Nope, not that kind of dirty, bud.
I mean, I know the room is a little dirty, but like I'm very confused.
This it has to do with what happens when two beings love each other.
I'm gonna go and sit down by the fireplace and watch as Ro tries to do this.
It is
I really
it's
having this
about,
conversation here.
I'm
It is
hearing this
about-
and laughing.
it is about a kind of love.
Okay.
Forbidden.
The point is, this is adult content.
We didn't find anything in the.
I thought I was an adult.
How old are you again?
Teen.
Nope.
But like but shifters are like they mature it by 10, so like ish. I'm younger
By
at
shifter
heart, but I
culture,
try-
Okay,
she
we're
is a
gonna have
full-blown
this-
adult.
We're gonna have this conversation later because maybe it is an age appropriate material for you, but later. So Rose just gonna
We're
tuck it
keeping
into
the
a
books though. I want to read them eventually.
At this
Um,
point,
Hey,
Yeah,
Echo.
I walk in a
Echo.
room
Yeah.
with a tankard of
I
ale.
assume that your parents at one point told you about the birds and the bees and how things happen.
So
Oh,
I mean, I haven't seen my parents in a long time, so we never really got to talk about whatever
Oh,
that
God.
is.
oh, okay.
Steele, does that mean it's my job?
If it's about intercourse.
Physical love.
Perhaps maybe this conversation
My
can
face is
wait.
real red, and I'm like,
Maybe when we are back safely back at the bunkhouse, maybe.
I don't know if this atmosphere is correct. I'm very confused. I
Um,
was gonna run
this
off.
is
I'm like, this is weird. This is happening
At
weird.
this point, I walk
You
in a
started
room
this.
with a tankard of
Bro, you
ale,
started this.
laughing.
Hey, where'd you get that ale?
So what you guys find?
Dirty books.
All right.
And
What
this
about that one, the black
thing
one?
and a pearl.
It's called
And-
Bound in Leather.
Dark leather.
Bound in dark leather.
Good book.
We can't read this one.
New seared bestseller.
I'd like to try to read The Bound in Dark Leather, please.
50 Shades of Dark Leather.
Oh
So,
my god.
all right, so Tyrion, as you take the book, you open up, you're unable to read any of the words that are in this book as well.
Any of them?
Can I do an Arcana check on the book as well?
Yes.
DM, as I am standing up from the fireplace to leave, and if this was covered in the previous investigation, but can I take a peek under the bed?
Sure.
Is there anything under there?
So under the bed, you find a small little box, probably maybe 5 inches in length, about 2 inches wide, just a small little red box with a little hinge on, or a little latch on the front of it.
I reach down and I pick it up.
Okay.
Is it heavy? Or...
No, it seems pretty light. It feels almost as if there might be some sort of tools or something inside of it.
I take a quick peek. What do I have?
Before we get to that, Steele, what did you get for your Arcana?
A 10.
Okay. So you kind of get the feeling that the language that you all are seeing is not an actual language. It's almost as if some spell has been put on this to make it unreadable at the moment.
That's fine. I'd like to take some of the less important books, the non-named ones,
Okay.
and like a handful of them, maybe however many I can carry at once.
Okay.
Like
There's only a dozen books in total, so.
oh well, yeah, the rest I guess, and just toss them on the pile.
Okay. All right. So Halceris, as you undo the latch, you pull this box open, and you see what looks like some needles and like a little inkwell.
These needles perhaps look similar to what kept stabbing my cohorts in the hand.
Kind of, but not really. No.
Interesting. Okay, I will close it back up. Say, Steele, I have found something else. Perhaps maybe take a look at it tonight. Tavern, what are you doing with all those books?
Kindling.
And I brush out. What?
You brush out, and you see me standing by the pile that I've made in the middle of the floor, holding my tinderbox.
Have you soaked all this in ale?
I downed the tankard, whatever left I had a tankard, toss it on the pile. Yep.
Quick check, DM. Would I know, is ale flammable?
No.
Not flammable. Like Brandon would know it is not flammable, but
it's not. There's really not enough alcohol in ale for it to be considered flammable.
I'm going
But
to
there's
say
just a lot of alcohol.
it's not high enough proof.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just piling stuff up.
you know what?
I'll toss a match on it, see if it lights.
We could take down the door and burn the door.
We're gonna see if the ale works first.
Okay.
The door is very thick.
Yes, I do not know if this is light, dry enough to make kindling out of.
I've already tossed the match, so what happens?
So,
It hits the pile of clothes and everything.
I guess frostbite.
Okay.
Oh. Now we have iced ale.
So as you saw the match hit, the match kind of went out just as the frostbite hits the pile where the match was, and now it's just kind of coated in frost. And you see little crystals of ale form over the clothes.
Let me just explain something. We have to sleep somewhere tonight. This is a domicile. Let's wait until we're done before we burn the domicile. Yes?
I continue piling things.
So we're
that
just
seem
gonna
flammable
sleep in a
in
place
the-
with a lot of dead bodies.
That was
I
not
think-
the intention. My goal was to move them somewhere like to the other bedroom where it's already kind of smelly and just we could stay by the kitchen.
That's a
But
good idea. And I try to light the bed on fire.
Yeah.
What are you trying to light on fire?
The bedroom. Seems like there's a lot of flammable things in there.
Well,
Okay.
we're still here.
It's not like they were oil salesmen. I do not know what you think flammable is.
So, how are you trying to light the bedroom on fire? And which bedroom?
Are you just throwing
the one
matches?
with the smelly one.
Okay, the smelly one. So the big one with the
Yeah.
6 beds in it.
I'm gonna start it in the back of the house so we have time to leave before it spreads.
Well, what are you trying to initiate catching on fire?
Well, I already took doused all threw all the ale on the sheets. So I guess
Okay.
the mattresses.
Okay, so you're trying to ignite it on one of the
Wait,
Let's
you're
try
bags.
to
trying
start
to-
a fire. It's
We're
gonna
trying
spread.
to ignite wet sheets.
Well, I thought it was flammable enough. It wasn't.
Wait,
Now
if
I'm
you're
trying
lighting
something.
if you're lighting the bedroom on fire, like doesn't that take out the whole building?
Yeah, typically.
So then why are
Usually
we?
does.
What was the wrong with just burning down the building in the first place? Like, why are you guys?
Yeah, I'm
I don't know. I was
confused.
planning to burn down the building regardless. So
Okay.
But not
Well-
this second. Like we can wait. The burning can happen later.
Burning's
'cause either
happening right
way-
now.
yeah, definitely
not.
happening right now. I'm in the corner
it's-
of the bedroom. with
Give
the
me a
tinderbox
Give me a
trying to light
survival
fire.
check, Taryn. Give me a survival.
Oh man. Where is he? There it is. Survival. Give me something. God. Got a nat 1, so yeah.
Yeah, so you are not able to get anything to catch on fire right now.
I'm
Okay, so burning
visibly
the thing
frustrated.
down, not a problem.
Ah! And I leave.
Yeah,
Go back in the kitchen.
that might be best for everybody.
Where's your flourish?
Well, that would add air or wind to the.
I say no. I
To
say
the
nothing.
beer soaked everything.
This actually smells worse than before.
Can
go
we just
outside.
leave? I'm so uncomfortable.
Yeah, can we? Let's
I'm just
just.
gonna go.
I try
What
to light
time
the house
is
on
it
fire from
currently?
outside.
Oh,
So
that's a good
you-
question.
It is currently approaching about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening.
I'm going to go get some kindling and start a fire in the kitchen where a fire can be kept and cook things.
While a fire is going on in the other room, or the fire didn't happen.
No.
It didn't
No,
happen.
the fire
Fire.
didn't.
Fire.
Taryn was not able to start a fire.
Aaron was
outside.
attempting
Aaron didn't
to
start the
literally
fire.
ignite wet sheets. I'm sorry. if
God,
you-
it was flammable.
it would have been
Oh.
before you dumped beer on it, then you dumped beer on it.
Yeah, I thought the ale was flammable.
Yeah, no, cotton is flammable.
So
Ale is not.
as you all are going about the cabin here, doing all of this, just the smell of ale is just starting to fill your lungs as Taryn has just taken a whole barrel of ale and pretty much sloshed it all over this place.
I regret nothing.
As
Barely
we
do.
That makes one of us.
Yeah.
I tried to light the house on fire from outside.
We're still
Here-
here.
arson.
All right,
I did not know arson was a subclass of ranger. but
Raise
I
your
guess-
hand.
This is our son, Arson.
Raise your hand if Taryn should starve tonight.
does
Come
not
on.
need to
Come on, guys.
starve.
Come on. Starve.
I don't
Nope,
know
let
what
it
we're
starve.
I got 3
having.
pounds of dried
We
meat. I'm
might just
fine.
all starve. I don't know.
Raise your hand if we should take away his dried meat and keep him outside on a leash in the backyard.
We'll make this very simple. Taryn, you can either sleep with your beer soaked
I'm already
couches over
outside.
there,
So I'm fine. I'm all right.
or you may sleep outside. Those things are up to you. However, I'm going to go make a cooking fire in the stove, and perhaps I'll take a look at what I have in my stuff. Maybe do some warm gruel or something warm, so we can all have something nice instead of trail rations tonight.
DM, if I step outside, am I able to discern tracks that others may have left leaving this compound? Because there were at least, like 8 other people?
There was, so you had the 3 that were outside, you had the 4 that were inside, so that was 7 total.
And
You got
2 are
two
dead
bodies.
in here.
Yep, you got 2
5.
bodies that
They're
are dead,
outside
so
as
there's
well.
5. Yep, so Taryn and Halceris, while you two are outside, as you start to try to look for tracks, you see what looks like a bolt of fire shoot up into the sky from the backside of the building.
I run. What is this? I run, but I limp. I get 2 steps, and then it's like, oh no, side cramps.
Can I? Okay, I said I was. Are there trees outside? I did say I was in a tree, but are there trees outside?
Yeah, so you're in a grove. You're in the middle of a grove, so you're surrounded by all this heavy forest.
I like to get as far up the tree as I can to see if I can see what's happening behind of the house I tried to set on fire.
Okay.
Which will be set on fire because it frustrated me and it has to happen now.
So you go to climb up a tree. Okay. Halceris, what are you doing?
I
You're
run
going-
around. Yep,
you're going
I'm
around.
like, yep. I'll take the shortest way I know how, but yeah, I'm going to run to see what it was.
Okay, so the rest of you, not being warned about what they just saw, what are you 3 doing?
Cooking fire, food.
Okay, so you're focusing on trying to build a fire.
I'm looking for food rations in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
I'm just curious what's for dinner.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just kind of hanging out.
So in the kitchen, you Taryn didn't quite grab all of it. You do see some dried meat, some dried fruits. The large pile of barrels that were out in kind of the main area, you find are different grains and stuff like that.
Are those
Some
fun?
rice and stuff like
Buddha
that.
bowls?
All right, Taryn, you get up to a tree. You look out behind the building, and you just see more trees on the other side of this grove. Halceris, as you come around the back corner of the building, towards the direction that you saw this come from, you look into the trees, and part of the trees is just burnt. Like it looks like it's probably a few days old, but you can see where part of the brush and everything on the edge of the grove were just burnt away.
Is there
And there's
rope
and a
element?
path kind of goes off into it.
Yeah, but there's no sign of what did that fire.
No,
Don't see anything.
you don't see anything. Judging from where you're standing, you think that came from somewhere within the forest, or within the tree line, within the grove.
I'll see. I mean you no harm. My name is Halceris. I only wish to talk.
Is
And
there
I
a
was-
roof on the building, DM?
Huh? What was that,
Is there a
Taryn?
roof on the building?
Yes, there is.
Do we hear how Sarah say this?
Is it sturdy enough to hold my weight?
It would be, but you're the tree that you're in right now is not close enough for you to go from the tree to the roof.
I'll climb up in front of the building. That's fine.
Okay. For the 3 of you that are inside, go ahead, give me perception checks at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yep,
My
because you're in the
nat 20.
kitchen.
2 of them. It's just a 400.
Oh wait, that me too?
Yes, the 3 of you that are in the house.
That's
you
a
said
19 and then a
10?
5.
Oh, okay.
That would be a 7.
A 7, a 5,
You
A
said
10.
perception, right?
and a 10. Yeah, perception. Yep.
Yep, that's a 7. Yes,
Yep.
that's
No, so none of you hear how Sarah's
of course
saying this,
not.
or hear anything
Actually,
from Taryn.
I'm gonna grab a cup out of my mess kit. I'm gonna get a big old bowl, thing of rice,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take some of the water out of the water thing. I'm gonna start making some rice with some like dried bacon jerky stuff. you
Okay.
know, just add a little fat to it.
Okay, so you start cooking some food.
Fat is flavor.
Halceris, go ahead, give me a perception check.
Perception. I'm gonna just quick. I'm gonna make it happen right here. It's happening right now. No more bad dice. No, they're still bad dice. That was a 12.
Okay, yep. No, you do not get any response from your call.
Perception or persuasion?
Perception.
Okay, I don't see anything.
Am I in
I'll.
position? I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
It's okay. I will quickly. 'Cause I'm going to. Would you allow this, DM? I'm going to just grab my holy symbol real quick. And can I cast Toll the Dead into the air to make a bell ringing noise?
No, it's not really designed for that.
I'll say, then I will shout to you, Tavern, if you are brooding somewhere in the trees, I think there is something out here. I could use some assistance.
At this point, Taryn, you get up onto the roof. You come over and you're looking down at Halceris, and you see that also this burnt, kind of charred portion going into the grove of trees.
Did I hear him? Sorry.
You heard him say that.
Call out? Call out to whatever it is he was calling out to, not to me.
I was just gonna say, the three of you that are inside, you actually hear somebody walking on the roof right now.
Can Cafe make a perception check to hear Halceris?
Yeah, because you just called out again. Yep, go give me another perception check.
And Cafe is in there with us, so he would also Yeah.
Everyone roll or just steal?
Yeah. The three of you go ahead and roll. Now that you heard somebody on the roof.
Is it regular roll?
Yeah, this is just gonna be a regular roll this time.
Okay, I got a 9, but
Ooh, 21.
16.
Okay, you all are hearing.
Cafe got a 23.
Okay, so Cafe lets you know, but you can hear Halceris outside, kind of yelling up to Taryn.
Cafe, go check on them. Are
they in trouble, or is it
feeling
just
something?
Halceris like scolding Taryn because Taryn sucks?
That's why I'm sending Cafe.
Okay.
I don't know. Taryn's got something going on today.
All right. So Taryn, what are you doing now? That
I wanted to come over to see if I could get a sight line without exposing myself, showing myself to whatever may or may not be out there.
Okay.
But still be able to see Halceris, and if anything comes towards him.
How far
away? Can I see what he was calling out to?
Okay. Give me perception check. And what was that?
How far away is Halceris?
So Halceris is probably 25 feet away from the back of the building.
Yep. This is in the back side.
Yep.
You feel once again the light, like metal talons, like kind of a light on your shoulder.
Oh, Jesus, sorry. You fly so quietly.
What'd you get, Taryn?
I got a 12.
It's kind of hard. You think you may have heard some sort of a whimper, but it's kind of hard to make it out coming from that direction.
I draw my bow and get ready just in case, something attacks.
Okay.
And Cafe just kind of looks at you quizzically like, yes, what is going on?
Cafe, would you possibly be able to... I think there is something in the forest line. Would you be able to go and look?
It makes a and takes off.
Before it goes, I'm like, good bird, and I will scratch its beak and cast guidance on it.
Okay. It's gonna take off. It can't go more than 120 feet from me, but it can fly.
Okay.
30 move speed.
So as Cafe kind of flies into the tree line a little bit, go ahead, give me a perception check for Cafe.
I do not know why I don't guide myself without them.
Hold on, I gotta roll that guidance. Nice. So that's a non-natural 20.
Okay, so with the 20, you start getting some feedback from Cafe about what it's seeing out in the woods, and it hears the whimpering of an animal.
It just approaches from like it stays above, like it stays like up in the tree line, but it's gonna follow the sound.
Okay, is Cafe trying to be stealthy or
just being a bird? No real attempt at stealth. Just being a bird.
Okay.
He's like Laserbeak. I just realized. Oh, it's very cool.
Okay, so as he kind of hones in a little bit on the whimpering that he's hearing, you get the sense that Cafe sees what looks like maybe a dog kind of tucked away in some bushes.
Bullshit! I'm gonna move.
Rice
I'm gonna
everywhere.
I'm gonna move my rice off the burner.
Okay.
I don't want to burn dinner, but and then
Just you
I'm gonna look at the two of them. And I'm gonna be like, follow me, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna run.
Where are we going?
Grandma's house.
I'm just keeping a cautious.
Yep.
I'm just keeping a cautious eye on the tree line. It's like, what are you out there? And all of a sudden, just Hobgoblin Red just flies by.
Massive hobgoblin comes running. Orange blur just goes.
Okay. Yeah. So you all, so Tara and
draw my
Halser,
bow
you see
realize
Steel go
it's
running
Steel.
by you. Echo and Ro, what are you two doing?
Running after him.
Yeah, Steel told us to follow him, so
Okay.
so they're just gonna see 3 blurs.
Yep. So
Steel
you just see the
almost got
3 of
Capella.
them run off into the woods, into the trees.
I look up at Taryn and I'm just like, what? Did I miss something?
All right. So as you get closer to
Just
the
running.
spot,
Just running.
you see the burnt, scorched ground and some trees, like sides of trees are just burnt up. You get closer to this bush that you see Cafe just kind of circling around, and you hear a whimpering dog inside this bush.
As I get closer, I'm gonna send Cafe to get the others. Cafe, get Halceris. He can help. Go.
Okay, so he flies back. Halceris Cafe just comes, like flutters in your
Ah!
face, and then turns around and heads back in.
It's a scene from The Birds.
Yeah.
I draw my bow again. Oh, it's just Cafe.
Yep.
Increasing
Why
the
do not see
shooting,
pigeons?
so I cannot shoot any.
I guess I follow.
Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. So Halceris starts to walk into the tree line. What are you doing,
How-
Taryn?
How high is the roof?
About 12 feet.
12. Okay, I could hop off.
Yeah.
Then
Give me an
combat.
acrobatics
Parkour.
check.
Parkour, man. Come on.
Parkour. Hit it.
He said, "Damn it!"
Sorry.
Got a 4. That's another 1.
Okay, so as you jump down off the roof, you hit the ground, trying to be cool and make yourself do a little barrel roll to come out of it. You just hit the ground hard. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
What is happening, my guys?
I make it into the tree line and I hear just like
You hear the
crunch.
thud behind you.
Ah!
You hear the classic. "Ah!" somebody being chucked off a roof.
Yep. But don't worry,
Aaron,
Taryn.
you okay?
Nobody saw.
Ah! They get up and just start. In pain.
Did you
Trying
did
to
you just
match
jump
the
off of
piggy.
a roof?
I'm here, all right?
Halceris, hurry!
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Hold on. There's a lot going on.
I'm gonna check on him. I'm gonna see if he's hurt.
Okay,
I'm
as
gonna
you
just-
start to approach the bush, go ahead, give me an animal handling check.
Ooh.
Our baby.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
18. I cannot
works.
do this, so I'm so glad.
Okay. 18. So as you kind of approach the bush, you hear the whimpering, and then you see a little nose kind of start poking out of the bush. And then you see more of the face come out, and you see the face of Biscuit staring back at you.
The description.
Oh.
Oh, good boy.
Biscuit.
Come on, Biscuit.
So as Biscuit starts to slowly work his way out of the bush, you notice that the hair from the top of his head back down his back has been completely shaved off.
Is there anything else? Like, do we see
Biscuit.
like, sutures, or is it just shaved?
So, upon looking at that pad, as he comes out and starts kind of rubbing up against you, his tail start going. You all see what looks like a tattoo has been placed kind of on the base of his skull that almost resembles a dragon mark.
Do I recognize
Guy.
the symbol?
Biscuit is grunge, man.
Stop.
Give me
always
an
there.
Arcana check.
Can we assist
Okay.
him?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Ooh, okay, that's even better. 24.
So 24. So looking at this, it almost looks like it might be an aberrant dragon mark has been tattooed onto Biscuit. It's not a dragon mark that's associated with any of the houses, but it clearly
Does it seem like it's? But does it appear like an active dragon mark? Because plenty of people have tattoos, but this looks
Yep.
like it's active.
So you get the sense that this is an active aberrant dragon mark that has been tattooed onto
man.
Biscuit.
Oh,
Okay, I made.
poor Biscuit. What did those bad men do to you? We killed them. We
Folks.
killed them
So-
for you.
Halceris, as you come running up, you see Biscuit looks at you and barks. As he barks, however, a small bolt of fire shoots out of his mouth at you
Laser corgi. Sorry. Okay.
Backflip.
and completely misses you.
Super spry old man action. Just yeah.
He just kind of does that in his head, but then just kind of falls over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he-
100%.
Well, as he does it, he kind of, you see Biscuit, you can tell when a dog is scared. He just kind of starts backing up, his tail
No,
goes
it's
down,
okay,
gets
bud.
tucked between
It's
his
okay.
legs,
Good boy. Come here.
Oh, you're
Come here. It's
okay.
okay.
and he starts shaking.
Oh, come on. Come on,
Biscuit,
baby. Come on.
no. It's okay,
Uh,
bud.
Am I there now?
Does he have any
See the
actual
fire?
like, injuries?
So go ahead, give me either survival or medicine.
I'll just do they're the same, I think. So.
Okay.
1. So I'm not the medicine person.
Okay. The only thing you really notice is around his mouth, like and kind of like his tongue do look a little singed, and he has no whiskers anymore.
Oh no! Oh.
Oh, poor Biscuit. That's not
Biscuit. You want to set some fires?
So I will, seeing Biscuit like this and seeing him in his state, I will, crouch down a little bit. I'll grab my holy symbol, give it a squeeze, say a small prayer. I would like to channel divinity to gain proficiency in the animal handling skill.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast a little guidance on top of it, but then I would like to get low, and I would hold out my hand for Biscuit to smell.
Okay.
I'm gonna help him. I'm just gonna go on. It's okay, Biscuit. It's Halceris. You know Halceris.
Okay.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Go ahead. Give me the animal handling with advantage.
Okay, advantage and an additional +2 and an additional D4. There's no way I can fail, right? I say rolling.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay, hold on. This is 16, so
Whoa.
18 plus D4.
Oh my god, my Biscuit just perked up. Do you see him?
Yep.
Is a 21.
21.
So with a 21,
Yes.
you see Biscuit just kind of look down at your hand. Then he kind of sits back up. Tail starts to slowly come back up, and he comes over and starts licking your hand.
Oh, Biscuit.
Very good. I've gone a long way to look for you, little one. Yeah, I would like to.
I should take my people too.
Can I make medicine check? Does this dog seem healthy besides its unusual scarring?
Well, so because you all already kind of looked over him,
Sure.
yeah, he's like I said, his whiskers look like they've been singed off. He's got some His mouth looks like it's got a little bit of blistering. But other than that, and the shaved and a fresh tattoo on the back of his skull neck, that's really all you can really see on Biscuit.
I will kind of rub under his chin and kind of in the jowls and stuff and be like, "Are you the one who did all the scorching downstairs, Biscuit?"
He just kind of opens his mouth and his tongue starts.
Good boy.
I think maybe this Biscuit was a little too tough for them, huh? And I will pat his head. Inside, is there... I'll turn to Tavern. Is there any of the fabric you did not cover in ale?
Probably.
Okay.
I'll take a look.
Actually, I think too some of the clothes that were in the closet still. This should not be. This dragon mark should not be on an animal.
Dragon mark shouldn't be on
it?
anybody that's not human, typically. I mean, rare cases of like mixed bloodlines, but this is weird.
This is very strange. I feel
It doesn't possibly explain why there were so many dead people down there. If you weren't meant to have a dragon mark, trying to put one on sounds like a bad business.
perhaps the bodies downstairs require further investigation. But I would, if we are taking Biscuit back with us, I would advise us to cover up this dragon mark as many ways as possible. If word got out that you could inscribe yourself with the dragon mark, I feel like that would greatly undermine the treaty that has just been signed.
I've got an idea. Let's take him back, and we'll find something for him. Can we?
I'm actually going to take, since my boot is destroyed anyways, but I'm like still walking around it. I'm gonna rip some of it off and like kind of, can I fashion a little collar to put around Biscuit to hide the dragon mark?
You didn't put on your new boots?
Did we walk around?
They were too stinky. I wasn't really.
One torn and one off.
Wait, you fashioned new ones, right? Or
no, we
I
found you a
found
pair that was like not his
normal ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I found normal ones. Yeah.
never mind then.
Okay, so you want to?
I'll go back and get my old ones and do that.
Okay. Okay.
Ro just kind of like crouches next to Biscuit, and she's just like, "Well, this stinks, bud." And like she's just kind of like muttering to him and like scritching and looking sad.
Do I notice this?
I don't know, Ro. How quiet were you being?
I mean, she's not being sneaky. She's just kind of like sitting next to Biscuit and feels.
Well, no, I'm talking about with what you said to Biscuit.
Oh, like muttered, but not. It's not silent. So if he was nearby, he probably would have heard. She's not paying attention.
Okay, then yeah, you caught that, Taryn.
All right. I like to say I've been keeping a closer eye on Ro ever since Lyra showed up and she got all fidgety hearing about the Boromir. So
I'm stress itching.
I see that.
Okay. Yeah, it sucks. I'm Biscuit. That seems like it leads to something.
Wait, I'm sorry, I might have missed it. Do we know which Dragon Mark house it is or no?
There is Aberrant.
Aberrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is aberrant, as my accent.
The tattooed potato.
So, for those of you not familiar with dragon marks, each of the dragon marked houses within Eberron has a very distinct dragon mark that their lineage is born with, and they're always within specific races. An aberrant dragon mark is one that manifests itself on any possible denizen of Eberron, but it does come from some sort of lineage. Usually, this is a rare thing to see somebody being granted one like this.
Can I make a check of some kind? Would I know of any dragon marks that would specialize in firepower?
Yeah. Any dragon marks?
Give me an Arcana.
14.
14. None of the houses that you can think of specialize in fire. But
Can I make
aberrant dragon marks, they manifest differently for every individual that has them. Some individuals, they are able to cast some fire spells, some cold spells, some just miscellaneous spells. Generally a low-level spell, generally known as a cantrip, or even some first-level spells can be done with the aberrant dragon marks.
I will make my way back to the cabin.
Yeah. Come on, Biscuit. We're having rice for dinner.
All right, Biscuit kind of jumps up and starts just trotting right along with you.
I toss him some of my dried meat.
He scoops it right up and just starts chewing it as he follows all of you.
Yeah, Ro is looking a little. She's kind of she's keeping up, but she's
Insight check.
What are you trying to insight?
What?
Oh, I'm just keeping my eye on Ro.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of looking a little shaken, but I'm not lying.
Yeah. Nope. So y'all do notice Rose is just kind of a little quieter than usual, kind of sticking back a little bit.
When we get back, I'm gonna go check out the wardrobe in the bedroom and see if there are any cloaks or shirts or something that I could reconstitute to fit.
You're gonna give him doggy clothes.
Okay.
A little doggy jumper.
All right. So as you are going through the wardrobe, you find one, and as you pull the cloak out, you look down, and in one of the pockets on the inside, you see a piece of paper kind of sticking out a little bit.
Wink.
So you pull it out, and as you open it up, I need you to go ahead and go to document 1 for me, please.
I was hoping for a saving throw.
No. Look,
Poison again.
So not everything is going to be trapped.
Okay, let's see.
That's the words of someone who traps things.
As you open this up, you see what looks like a letter that, judging by how fresh the ink on it seems to be, has been penned within the last day or so. The letter reads, "My lord, we have been successful in our experiments on the dragon marks. The enchantment you gave us has worked expertly. We are prepared to start our move against New Seer. Our operatives are already in place. The attack will commence by the end of Therendor. We, however, have had a setback with one of our other experiments. The unpredictable nature of the marks caused unexpected manifestations. The test subject killed 4 of ours before he escaped. We are currently searching for him now. Assigned, your faithful servants."
I don't like any of that.
Alceris, hold on to this for me. I think you can make more of it than I can probably, but this I'm so glad we killed that dude.
I didn't get you anything. I'm sorry. Oh, it's not yours.
No,
sorry.
no. And the robe. What does the robe look like?
So it's just the robe is just the one that you pull out is red material, almost silk material. It's kind of old and tattered. It's definitely a little faded, but it's just a general silk robe, similar to the style that the gentleman downstairs was wearing.
And does it smell bad?
It hasn't been washed for a little while. It's not terrible, but it's not fresh out of the dryer either.
I'm gonna bring it over. It's a little used, but we'll get you something better in the future, bud. Okay? And I'm just gonna tie it around him so that he's got a little cape coming out behind him.
Okay.
It's good.
He just sits there all happily, just looking around at all of you.
And I'm gonna whisper to House Sarah, I'm like, is he the test subject?
A strong possibility. I would not know why they would. This is all very strange.
Where's that book, Helceris? Do you still have that book that we can't read?
Oh, clad in dark leather? Is that the one you were talking about?
Yes, the many shades of leather. Yeah.
I'll let you have it. Bro, do you want to give me a hand? I'm going to check something downstairs.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna finish dinner, guys.
Okay. So Biscuit Biscuit goes into the kitchen with you. Steel just kind of curls up over in the corner watching you.
All right.
He's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Biscuit. Well, actually, I'll be outside for a little while.
Okay. All right. So what are you going to be doing outside?
Collecting branches and cutting barks off the trees.
Okay, so you're basically gathering kindling.
Yes.
Okay. Echo, what are you
cutting
doing?
branches?
I'm gonna go to where Steel is because I'm curious about the rice that he.
I can't
Okay.
see him. I don't care.
Okay, so Echo and Steel, you're working on making some food.
Yeah.
Terran's outside collecting kindling. Halceris and Ro, you are heading back downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you planning on doing while you are downstairs in the basement?
I would like to, I say this will not exactly be pretty, but there is something I need to find out. And I would like to check, these people and see if there are any dragon marks upon any of these victims, as well as the villains. So the two lower individuals and the one in robes.
Okay.
I'd like
All
to
right,
see.
so go ahead, give me either an Arcana or Medicine check.
And I'll be helping, I'm assuming.
Yeah, with advantage.
Ah, yes. That is a natural 20.
Okay, so
for 23 total.
all right, so with that, as you look over these bodies, all 5 of the bodies, well, we'll start with the 2 guys you fought first. They do not have any marks on them at all. Same thing with the hooded individual that you fought with earlier, has no marks on them either. However, the 5 bodies that you had found piled up in the corner, as you look them over, 2 of them, all 5 are human, but 2 of them actually have what looks like the symbol of House Cannith, the dragon mark on their shoulder. However, that mark has been scarred, scratched up, and deformed. What means you don't know.
So like they were dragon marked and weird things have happened since.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. The other 3 have what looks similar to what you saw on Biscuit, where it looks as if they may have tried to tattoo some aberrant dragon marks on these individuals, but for some reason they did not survive.
Ro's gonna see it and just get kind of like, yeah, kind of when someone just looks ill.
Okay.
Sorry. Just making sure I write everything down. It's just my nature.
You know what my notes look like, so you'll.
Yes. Yes, we have
Well,
all
there-
seen your notes.
While they're researching, I'm going to turn to Echo. I'm going to say, hey, you want to try something a little different?
Of course. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Okay. Is Terran still outside doing
Yes.
Terran things?
Yes.
Echo, quick, just go yell at Terran and see if he can bring us in some mushrooms.
No, but okay.
No, they come right back, but just yell at it. Just go out to the door and ask him if he can bring back mushrooms.
I mean, one time I told him to get my javelin back, and he didn't bother. So what if he doesn't listen?
Oh,
to this?
okay, that's fair. Hold on, I'm gonna send Cafe out and have him try to find some mushrooms out in the grove.
Okay. So as you send Cafe out to go find mushrooms, Terran's collecting kindling for starting a fire, and Halceris and Ro are in the basement looking over these bodies. I think this is actually going to be a good place for us to go ahead and take a short break. So we're just going to take a break for about 5 minutes. While we are on break, if you do want to ask a question, just remember, go ahead and put in all capitals, put question in the chat, and when we come back, we'll answer about 2 or 3 questions. before we get back into the action.
Oh no! 1 second. Okay, well, I had a whole thing and now I can't find it to
No.
really, I don't know where it is.
In the meantime, the Games Tavern Patreon is going to be featuring some cool stuff from Dirty Deeds this month. Every week, they'll be dropping the document props used on the show for you to see up close. And if you didn't know, the Patreon is the best way to support the cast and crew of the show. Just go to patreon.com/thegamestavern and get your hands on this amazing content. The latest updates include early access to the interviews from the Games Tavern Happy Hour, miniatures paint plans from That Mini's Paint Show, and battle maps and plug-in encounters in your games. Some recognition of our regular Patreon supporters: Veritas23, Rose, Mad Productions, Michael B, Eric M, and Christopher D. Thank you guys for your patronage and support.
I really wanted to get philosophical for a moment and just ask that if you took a ship and replaced all of its parts until none of the original parts are intact anymore, is it the same ship or is it a completely different ship? I can't guarantee if you'd find that answer on the Games Tavern Patreon, but you'd at least be able to support the cast in the best way possible when you visit.
Sorry, I got a little lost in that. It was so deep, I drowned in the metaphor.
That's why I couldn't find it. I was like, where did it go?
So deep. Remember, when we reach 500 bits, we will randomly give inspiration to one of our characters, but if you give 1,000 bits, you can pick which character gets it. And with all the rolls we've had tonight, I think we kind of need it. We also have a channel goal of 50 subs this month for a new record. We have just hit 23 subs for the month. Thank you so much for the new subs.
And before we head out of here, we are still doing the giveaway, so make sure you type in !epic in the Twitch chat to enter right now to get your own character generator from Overhead Games. And we will be back in just a few minutes.
Oh, this is cold. I asked for my blood to be hot, boiling hot. Bring it back. Go fix this, please. It's so hard to get good help these days. Oh, hello there. It's me, Scalathrax, fiend about town and, well, dungeon owner. And when I'm not creating a horde of new problems for adventurers trying to rob my dungeon, I'm looking for a horde of new 5th edition monsters. So let me tell you about Tome of Beasts from Kobold Press. Whether you need dungeon vermin or world-shaking personifications of evil, the Tome of Beasts has it. There are more than 400 new foes for your 5th edition game, everything from tiny drakes and peculiar spiders to demon lords and ancient dragons. Tome of Beasts includes monsters from the entire history of Kobold Press, with longtime favorites such as clockwork creatures, drakes and dragons, devils and archdevils, check them out, some of my brothers and sisters in there, dangerous flavors of the Fae, undead, and so much more. Use them in your favorite published setting, or populate dungeons in a world of your own creation. Pick up Tome of Beasts from Kobold Press and give your players an encounter they won't soon forget. Where's my blood?
Hey, thanks for watching the show. It looks like you're having a great time. Let me tell you really quick about That Mini's Paint Show. Every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Every show, the host and their guests will be painting miniatures live on stream. They'll walk you through all the different techniques and products they use to paint miniatures to a high standard in a quick and easy fashion. They'll show you all the different things live, and on top of that, the audience gets to ask questions, and we're going to answer them live on stream. If you've always wanted to learn how to paint miniatures, this is a great way to do so. And on top of that, you can paint while you're painting with us too, and chat with us and tell us about your projects, and share your pictures of your miniatures as well. We love it when people share their miniatures with us. So remember, That Mini's Paint Show, every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on the Games Tavern Network. Hello, I'm Ardor of the North. When I'm not raiding Scalathrax's dungeons, I'm seeking tomes of magic to bring back to the wizened wizards of my own kingdom. And that's why I'd like to tell you about a tome called Deep Magic from Kobold Press. Their kobold minions have traveled the plains, seeking the secrets of magic. They've unearthed ancient tomes of forgotten civilizations. They've been bargaining with demons and creatures of the void, and scaling towers of Shadowfey mages to unlock their secrets. Their tome, Deep Magic, includes dragon magic, elven high magic, shadow magic, angelic wards, ley lines, illumination magic, rune magic, time magic, mythos magic, and even alchemancy. Now they pass along their hard-won knowledge to you in Deep Magic, an arcane series for 5th edition. Here you'll find new schools of magic, arcane traditions, new and variant spells, magical feats, spell-singing NPCs, and so much more. There are even more schools of magic than I've even mentioned. This book is 356 pages of pure magic to keep your players guessing, and your campaign fresh for years to come. You can buy it now at koboldpress.com.
All right, and welcome back from our break. So we did have actually a couple questions that came up during the break, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at those real quick. So the first one from Warrior Streak is asking, is Biscuit really not a dog, but a person that was polymorphed into a dog and they corrupted their dragon mark? That's actually something that I'm not gonna answer right now because that's gonna come up later on down the road.
Biscuit was a man.
But yes, there is going to probably be a little bit more investigation about what's gone on with Biscuit. The next question we had was from Stamosis. Who would win in a Dirty Deeds battle royale?
Ooh. let's hit level 3 and find out.
Tavern.
Yeah.
Tavern.
I do think that everyone would not fight except Ro and Tyrion.
Tavern.
And obviously,
Can't threat dads. We form an alliance. Back to back blasting spells.
Let's
Pew, pew,
show
pew.
these kids how it's done.
Yeah.
At first I'd be
Yeah.
like, stop fighting, and then I would just join in.
You would
Yeah,
just
and
join
then
it like, woo!
The first time that Taryn hits you, you'd be like, ha ha.
Nah, that's it.
So,
I'm
Bro.
angry.
I would actually put
You
my
won't
money
like me
on
when
the
I'm
arena
angry.
winning.
On the arena winning.
Yeah.
On the arena winning, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna all roll 2s and fall on our faces.
And,
Very
I was
true.
gonna say no. It's actually a TPK dungeon.
Yeah. Well, okay, so what do y'all think if we threw Biscuit in the mix?
Well, none of
We're
We
gonna
would just
attack the
prioritize
dog.
making sure Biscuit
No,
doesn't
Tavern would
die.
attack the dog, but with Biscuit's new upgrade, I think
Wait.
Biscuit could take him
Taryn's
out.
attacking the dog.
we're all
Aaron
attacking
attacks the
Tyrion.
dog, and everyone attacks the whole.
Yeah,
the verse
that's-
attacks Aaron.
I have
All bet-
AoE
all
spells.
bets
Bring
are
it
off.
on.
Yep.
You don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah. See?
So I think maybe at some point along the road, we may actually have to just go ahead and see.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
Uh-oh.
once you all get to a
Voluntary
certain
or
point,
involuntary is up to the DM.
we may go ahead and I'll put together a small arena for you all to have a battle royale and see
Dang.
who comes out on top.
Dude,
All
I'm
right.
gonna say two.
Biscuit's
two
the
men into it,
referee.
Biscuit could be the one organizing it. He's only with you all to test you and see how well you fight.
I'm fighting Biscuit. Biscuit turns out to be somebody polymorphed. I'm fighting Biscuit.
He
Okay.
invites all his dog friends. He's like, guys, come check this out.
So,
Now you have a round table.
so as we come back into our story, we have Echo and Steel currently in the kitchen making some food. How Saris and Ro are down in the basement looking over the bodies, and Taryn is outside collecting kindling. What would you all like to do next?
So, Echo, here's what you got to do. Let's take some of that dried meat, chop it up real fine, and then you're gonna add it to the boiling water that I started.
How far into the boil? Like, how far?
Just
How
as
hot
soon
is
as
the water?
as soon as it's
starts to
boiling.
bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just chop and get a little bit done. We don't need a lot. Just
All right,
just
so I'm
add
gonna
it in
start
there,
chopping.
okay?
And then let me know when the
And-
water starts bubbling. I'll like throw it in there.
Go ahead. It's fine. Go ahead and do it. It'll soak for a while.
I
Salt Bay.
dried meat. That's totally what you do.
Awesome. We gotta let that simmer for a little bit. Where's Cafe with the mushrooms?
So go ahead, give me a survival roll for Cafe.
Cafe.
Have captured.
13.
The 13. He's able to bring you back. It's not a lot. I mean, he can't really carry that much, but he brings you back a small handful of mushrooms.
I just double checked to make sure they're all actually edible. And
I was
not-
gonna ask.
Yeah,
are they
they're
good type,
looking
or
at
are
them.
they
They're
the woo
yeah,
type?
they're edible.
Woo!
Yay.
Okay.
I mean, woo, it's probably edible too.
All right. Get your knife skills going again. Chop those up.
Okay.
Too,
All
okay.
right.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna
Are they like thinly sliced, like thin slices, or
go for it. Whatever you think is best.
okay? I'm gonna do like half
Yeah.
thin slice and like chunks. Wrap it.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's next?
Okay. Well, we got to give the water a little, maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes to finish kind of soaking up as much of that, rehydrating as much of that meat as we can. So it's just kind of hopefully going to draw out all that salt and beef flavor.
All right.
Let's just chill here for a minute, and then we'll finish it up in a second.
Okay.
And cooking with Steel and Echo.
Having their own show.
Next, they teach you how to make bread.
Yeah. So how long is the meal gonna take to prep? Like
We're almost done. The
we're
next
almost
part
done
is really
already?
easy. Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
So-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll just as give it a couple minutes, and I'm just gonna start ladling out, a little bit of the water into the rice, and I'm gonna make us some risotto.
Okay. All right. So we go back downstairs with House Saracen Row. As you've gone through, looking through these bodies, you found the corrupted dragon marks, as well as a few failed experiments with tattooing of dragon marks on these bodies.
I take a moment and just kind of look over them again and just kind of have them laid in front of me and just... Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Like what? The aberrant marks or whatever they did to the House Kenneth marks?
The aberrant marks. Aberrant. It is not something I am... This is not...
I mean, I've seen one or two in my life, but I can't tell you I have a good understanding of how they work or what they do.
It is not very pleasant. They are not always bad, but they are random. They are not to become artificial. Help me a moment. Reading over the notes, there is mention of a special, accelerant of some kind, or an
enchantment of some sort.
Enchantment.
Yeah. So looking at the note again, it mentions that the individual who was doing this had received an enchantment from whoever this lord is that they seem to be serving.
I would like two things. Can I make a history check? Have I ever heard of this sort of enchantment before?
Go ahead, give me a history check.
In my past, have I ever heard of such a thing? Not great. 14.
With the 14, you don't really recall anything about any kind of enchantment to infuse a dragon mark on somebody.
Of course.
You never came across any of that in any of the texts you've read or anything.
Then, if Ro will help me, I would like to investigate this dais, this stone.
Okay.
Can I find any form of residue, or is there like a pulpit? Is there underneath storage where perhaps this enchantment might have been?
Okay. Yep. So as you look at this altar, kind of at the bottom, towards on the side that the guy was at, you do find a small compartment. And as you open it up, you see a small little inkwell, and you find a dragon shard inside of it.
Suddenly hit with realization, I reach into my pocket and pull out what I found underneath the bed.
Yep.
Does it appear to be a similar inkwell?
It does.
Son of a bitch. I think perhaps I have found the catalyst that they have used.
Looks like it.
So you do notice as you pull out this dragon shard, half of it has actually been broken off. And you see little flecks kind of around where it was sitting that look like it may have been crushed.
Yeah. I think this will require further study, but I think this is probably the most dangerous thing we have found in this place.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Are you okay, Ro?
Yeah, no, it's just, this feels wrong.
I mean, loss of life is always tough to deal with.
Yeah, but more than that, this forcing marks on people. I mean, it doesn't sit right.
I mean, true. I believe fate forces marks onto people of its own choosing as well, but there does seem to be more nefarious purpose when it is done artificially.
That doesn't feel right either. But here we are.
It is all right. We will get to the bottom of this. We will figure out what is going on.
Yeah, we will.
All right. So as you all are having that conversation, Taryn is out collecting kindling.
Anything that seems flammable. Anything. Everything.
Okay, give me survival.
All right. This is the end of my bad rolls. All right. You heard it here first. I'm saying it. This is the end of my bad rolls.
You roll a nat 20. It's like, oh, there's an oil derrick over here.
Let's go.
Found oil in the ground.
Did you lose your die because you threw it too hard?
I got a 12. I'm using
12.
Look
Look at that. Oh, 12.
He wishes he lost his die.
Okay, so you're able to find some small branches, some twigs, and back behind the house, you actually do find a few pieces of dried, chopped up wood.
This will come in handy. All right.
Yes.
So yeah, I bring those into the house, and I start a different pile.
Okay, where are you starting this pile?
Okay, so I started it in the middle.
So right now, the middle of the main entry of this cabin is just cut. You got sheets, you got clothes, you've got books, all covered in ale.
Okay, the books got wet. All right, because I was gonna move the books. So yeah, I'm gonna start it I'm gonna go to the back right corner of the house.
Okay, so you go back there, and that's where they got all the barrels and stuff kind of stacked up.
Are those barrels empty?
No, so those barrels got different grains, some rice, a lot of dried goods in there.
And you said there was a barrel of water.
Yep. So the barrel of water is in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that's right next to the stove.
Isn't that what we've been using to boil water?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I start the pile there.
Okay, so
I go and grab those benches.
Okay, so you're gonna move the benches over.
At least one. I don't know how big they are.
I mean, it's a bench it's probably about 7 feet long, each one. So I mean, you can kind of sit there and drag it over. It takes you a little bit, but you just hear the wood scraping across the floor. You catch it on some of the broken floorboards.
Noise?
Taryn, what are you doing?
This house will burn tonight.
Can it burn tomorrow? Like, can we reschedule for like at least like 8 a.m. or something?
Can we postpone the arson?
Can you persuade?
Are you hungry? You look kind of hungry. Why don't you come sit down?
I look over with a manic. I turn around with a manic look in my eye and a piece of the dried meat that I had. No.
Taryn's gone feral.
Very upset that my first plan didn't work.
I'm gonna set I'm gonna set Cafe a new job. I'm just gonna mentally watch him. If you see fire, alert me immediately.
So, Taryn, as you start putting some of this kindling and this wood underneath, Biscuit comes over and starts pulling it out from under the barrel.
I'm now visibly confused. No,
He's playing fetch.
Biscuit.
Yeah, Biscuit gets like the biggest log out of all of them and is like dragging around and hitting people in the back of the leg.
Okay.
We can
He
play fetch
grabs,
for
he
something
grabs
else.
one of the small branches and just starts chewing on it.
Like what? Like
like
paws in, like.
Fine. And I give him another little piece of meat.
He drops the branch and eats the meat.
Yeah, I pick up the branch and toss it back over in the pile.
As you toss it back over to the pile, Biscuit just bounced over towards it, picks it up and brings it back over to you and drops it at your feet. And he's just sitting there, his tail's wagging, looking at you.
I challenge you to be mad now, Taryn.
Yeah.
I pick up the stick and pretend to throw it and see what happens.
No.
Biscuit goes running towards it and stops and is looking around.
Haha.
Then looks
Biscuit
back at
not the
you
brightest.
and sees you still with the stick and comes back over and sits back down. and waits.
I've won this round. And I search around the house for more flammable things. I'm gonna make that pile.
Okay.
I will say, perhaps it is time for us to get upstairs. I think it smells not bad.
So
Whatever
at
there,
this
okay.
point, the food is ready. Y'all can smell the aroma coming from the concoction that Steel and Echo made.
I'm going to, as we're going up, before we get up the stairs, Ro, you will see I will kind of adjust the bodies to be back more in like a resting state. But the ones who have like scratched out and destroyed dragon marks, I kind of put a hand on them and then I walk away.
Yeah, Ro will if they have like tattered clothes or whatever on them.
Yeah.
She'll try and adjust so that the marks are covered and then follow him up.
Okay. All right. So y'all make your way upstairs. Steel, go ahead and give me a survival roll with advantage.
Does Echo give the help action?
Yeah, that's
the
why.
advantage.
That's
Okay.
the advantage.
This really
that's
helped out.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
16.
16. Okay. All right.
It's those chopping skills. So I need those chopping skills.
Seems like real life.
So as you all come into the kitchen area, you do see a small table there with a few chairs. There's some scattered bowls and plates around that you're able to utilize. As
Hey,
you all,
hey, Echo. Maybe give those a rinse. I don't know how well these guys kept house.
Yeah. I'll just like rinse them.
Okay, so you go over to the barrel of water. You kind of.
I don't want, yeah, but I don't want to like contaminate the water. So like, I'll use the pot. I don't know what to use.
So there's a couple small cloths and stuff there, like kitchen
Yeah,
towels. and
I'll
stuff
take
like
some
that.
towel.
Goes into a rage about dishes.
Starts smashing them against the wall.
Okay, I think it's
Um,
cleaner.
Yeah, so you get a few clean dishes. You can
Okay.
kind of tell that they don't have a lot here. They kind of shared pretty much everything they had.
Caring is caring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Roger really knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just take all the chunks and bits and all that and throw it in with the rice and then put it on the dishes and take your little like finely sliced ones and just kind of put them right on top and then lay it out for everybody.
Okay. All right, and so are you all
And I'm
sitting
gonna-
down? To
And
have
I'm
a
gonna
nice
get
meal?
and then I get another one and I fill it just with a bunch of rice and I'm gonna give it to the dog.
Oh, they're gonna just give it to Taryn. And I was like,
Yeah. No, so Biscuit just tears right into it. All right, so the rest of y'all are taking a small break to eat. It is actually very well prepared. So this is actually probably some of the best food you all have had in about a week or so, because you all have been out traveling for several days at this point.
I had to eat another piece of jerky. I was gonna have to.
All right, maybe I shouldn't have burnt the house down.
Yeah, maybe.
least-
Maybe.
Hey, can you at least wait until I make breakfast?
Tyrion is standing there with a match in his hand.
Are we
I'm
staying
standing
in
there with
the-
sitting with a match in my hand.
Are we staying here for the night completely, or are we gonna stay like
It's-
outside?
It's dark. It's got to be dark by now.
By this point, the sun has already started to go down. It's approaching 8, 9 o'clock in the evening.
We can stay. I mean, we can sleep outside. I mean, that's fine, but we don't want to sleep next to a massive fire.
Speak for yourselves.
It might not be so bad to obviously stay in some of the cleaner beds, but at least to be able to stay with a roof over our heads
That's true.
might not be so bad. I will, yeah, after eating, thank you, Steel. And I will use a little bit of magic and start pushing open. Are there windows in this cabin?
All the windows are boarded up.
Large. Okay. Then the front door, I will open both of them and then start to like move air out,
Oh my
trying
gosh.
to blow out some of the stank from the ale and everything. Just trying to air out the place for a little bit.
Okay. You're using what to do that?
I am going to use the gust cantrip.
Okay. So it definitely helps. I mean, the stench is still there.
Yeah. It's in the wood.
It's
It
in
is-
the wood,
it is
yeah.
in there.
Plus, you still got
Long-time smokers, these guys.
Plus, it does help clear out the smell of ale though, because the ale is still as seeped into the wood, but it helps clear a lot of that smell out.
Echo, Ro, well, Steel too. Would you guys like to try and clear away some of the boards on the windows?
Yeah,
Might be able to let in some air.
I've got this crowbar.
There we go. Look at that.
Hands.
That
Okay.
gives me an idea. I
Ah.
also pull out a crowbar.
Okay.
I will quietly, as Taryn walks by, says, I mean, the boards on the windows would probably light up very easily.
That's
They've
where
been
they're
drying in
going.
the sun.
Yep.
And sun-dried.
Maybe. All right. So you all start going around. You find a couple windows in the large bedroom, a couple in the main entryway towards where the barrels are. There is one in the kitchen. And you just go and start removing the boards to and you actually have windows that you can open.
I'd like to say we only tear off maybe 1 or 2 boards off of each window. Just don't want to be sleeping in here with open windows. That's kind of
leave the master bedroom and the kitchen boarded up.
What if we just put, like,
there is
a
no
dark
window in the master
cloak?
bedroom.
Okay.
A cloak over the window.
I think I think we're worried about things getting in.
Oh, I thought it was just like trying to hide that there was hide line of sight, but sure.
I mean, yeah, and preferably not letting the raccoons in.
I could take a raccoon.
No one is worried if you can
I'm
take
sure
a
you
raccoon.
can. Yeah.
I reserve my judgment.
When the whole pack shows up, that's a problem.
Pack?
Of raccoons?
How often
Is
do
it
you
called
fight
a pack?
packs?
I don't think it's
I
called
don't-
a pack.
I'm looking.
Raccoons are not.
Out of character,
Hold
I
on,
don't think it's called a pack.
I'd like
just
to
couldn't
roll
remember.
nature to see if I know. Packs are not. Raccoons
Oh my God,
are
I
not
figured it
pack
I don't
out.
think it's a pack. It's a. I think
It's
it's
a gaze or a
it's
nursery.
Nursery.
Yeah, it's a
Nursery.
gaze, yeah.
I love it.
A
Definitely
gaze
a
of
gaze.
raccoons.
A gaze.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know it.
So
Ro is like,
small
well,
tangent there, but
pretty
we'll get back
sure.
into this.
I couldn't remember it off top. I'm sorry.
Roger told us earlier. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Let's all get some rest. It's getting late.
If someone will help me, I would like to move Roger and the other slain character out of the house, because having dead people in the same room is probably very unsanitary.
I'll help you.
They're
Yeah.
under the pile.
Ro
So
can also hook under and carry too.
Yeah, so as you go to move those bodies, they are completely covered in clothes and wood and books and ale.
yeah, they're under the pile.
No, I feel like someone else should really be doing this, considered who did this in the first place. But I guess.
Yep. So
I have an idea that might help us, guys. Why don't the ladies take the master bedroom? It's probably the least stinky part of this place. And there's a real bed. You can change the sheets. I would probably strongly suggest changing the sheets. But otherwise, Halceris, you and I can get out bedrolls in the kitchen. If you don't mind me getting up and making breakfast.
I look at him, and then I remember how nice that bed was, and that I just almost died. It's like, of course, would be my pleasure.
You gotta
on the
voice
floor.
crack a little bit more.
You guys know what? It's a bad backs. You just take
Oh no, I am fresh spring chicken. Do not worry a thing.
as you like get down like one knee at a time.
Mhm. Do not worry.
Oh, come on,
It's
come
good.
on, no.
Actually, no, this is better for my back. I have to lay
That's
flat.
true.
Get over there. Come on, man.
I'm
And
laying
Ro
down.
like hooks an
I'm
arm
laying-
under. Like
I'm
come
already
on.
down.
Come
I'm
on.
already down.
No,
It's fine. It's
like
fine. Let him be.
dead
Let him
weight.
be.
Go, Halceris, go rest.
Oh, come on.
Good
Don't
way.
be ridiculous. Come on.
So, all right. But if I could, before bed, I would like to give last rites to Roger and the other one.
okay.
Just
Pour one out for Roger.
Even.
We already did that.
I know.
Done.
Pour one.
blot
Pour
out
everything
Roger.
out. for Roger.
There was several poured out for him and on top of him, and
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There's still a.
I say quick last rites and say like, I did not know you in life. I thought perhaps you were a good man, but all men deserve redemption. May the 12 be with you. And all right, then I will go inside and I will take some of the. No, it's all soaked in beer. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I will camp out in the kitchen with Steel. We will have
No,
dad time.
Go.
Well, I'm
not
already
Stubborn
in.
old fart.
Yeah. Bro, let's just go. It's fine.
Oh God! You know what?
Okay.
When your back hurts tomorrow, you'll know. You should have taken. Whatever.
Look at Steel. I say, she's worried about tomorrow, but this whole trip has been awful.
okay.
Well,
So
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have another good meal before we have to press on.
okay. So Ro and Echo, you two are headed to the master bedroom. Okay. Steel and Halceris, you two are gonna set up your bedrolls in the kitchen.
I'm going to grab some of the linens that aren't burned or soaked in beer in the other room and
Okay.
use them as a mat underneath my bedroll.
Okay. You're able to find some. Yeah. It's,
Like a pallet. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not much, but because Taryn put most of it on the center pyre.
Of course.
Taryn, what are you planning on doing for the evening?
Well, I'm in the corner. I'm gonna do my little my. I'm sleeping or in my trance in the corner on my second pile, on top of one of the benches that I dragged
Okay.
over there.
And there is a metal raven up in the rafters watching you and keeping an eye out the whole time. Not just you, like in general, looking
Right.
around, but also like you
Mostly
feel
you.
the you feel the gaze.
I look up at Cafe and say, "You can't stop me. It's okay."
It just clicks its beak at you.
Okay.
Click back.
Kieran is descending into madness. We all know this, right?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Before falling asleep, I will show the needle work and the inkwells to Steel. Along with the note that he gave me. Say, I believe this is perhaps the enchantment that they were talking about.
I'm also thinking the book may include instructions, and that's why it's been enchanted to avoid reading. But I think we might be able to find some ways around that.
I
Let's
think
get some sleep, and I'll find out some more in the morning.
it's okay. I believe though playing this as close to the chest as possible is wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wait.
I guess Ro and I are in the master bedroom, and we're just gonna be like, how tired are you?
Okay. Good sleep. Good. Why? What's up?
Well, I mean, first of all, I wanted to check in and ask if you're okay. You know, like you look a little shaken up. But...
Yeah. No. The whole situation has me feeling a bit off.
How come?
I told Hal Ceres it doesn't. Something feels very wrong about the whole situation.
Do you know what might be off, or are you just a feeling?
I mean, aberrant dragon marks are kind of a. Ooh.
Under the covers. I guess I don't know too much about them. I only know about certain houses, but I suppose it is kind of. I mean, I hope Biscuit's all right. I'm kind of concerned that he's the one that might have been tested on and killed everyone else. But I trust him not to hurt us, so I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But I also
maybe
considering how I am. I don't know.
I think you're worried. I think you're more worried about that than maybe you should be.
I think I'm weak when I'm not in my my form.
Do you feel weak when you're not in your form?
Well, it's just everyone looks out for me, and I really appreciate it, but it's just I feel like you look out for me because you think I'm weak, and I kind of worry that I'm useless when I'm not in that form, and that's the last thing I want to be. And Tyrion may have said that that's how you all view me. So.
Well, we all know that Tyrion's an idiot.
I know, but I also understand that he was only teaching me, so maybe there was some truth to what he was saying.
Well,
I just don't want to be a burden for you all. And that's my fear. Apart from turning and being I also
under the covers.
Under the covers.
There's just so much going on, and sometimes I feel useless when I'm not in my shifted form, but I also feel very out of control when I am in my shifted form. So I feel like it's a double-bladed scimitar.
I pretend to roll over and go to sleep, and I turn back and I'm like, all right, look, the reason we've all spent this time trying to protect you is because I think it seems like a lot of us didn't really have a chance to be young and or to feel protected or lost that feeling, and it's looking at you, and I think maybe the others feel like this too. We want you to have that, because it's not something everyone gets, and I think it's important. I think it makes you a different person than people that don't have that. So it's not that you're a burden. It's not that we look at you and you're like, oh man, probably gonna die, we should take care of it. It's we care, and we want you with us during all of it. It's just that if you don't have to face the worst of it, why should you? You're gonna have to the rest of your life. We all are. But maybe you don't have to yet. You're not weak. You're not weak. you might have more training to do because don't we all? But it doesn't make you weak. I do think that having that other form is an asset, and maybe it's worth training that too. Maybe that would make you feel less out of control and, even things out a little. I don't know. You're not a burden. You've never been a burden.
Okay. I mean, it struck me more, I guess, when we were looking at those books and you were like, oh, do I have to teach her? And I don't know. I just thought you didn't. I understand that part. I know I got a little awkward, but I don't want you to look at it as like you have this unnecessary duty to me for no reason,
Ro, I mean, I'm gonna pull the blanket up to my face and just be like, it's not because of you, it's because I'm awkward.
So at this point, while you're having this conversation, I need everybody to give me a quick D20 roll. Just straight D20.
Love it.
I'm gonna burn these dice.
That's a 9 from Ro, who is I'm boiling in embarrassment already.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. I'm nervous.
Okay. Steel
4.
or Halceres?
17.
Taryn.
Taryn also got a 9.
Okay, so as the two of you are having this conversation, you hear the door to your room slowly start to creak open.
Does Cafe see anything? Because he's on the lookout.
So he sees the hindquarters of a dog slowly working its way into the room as Biscuit jumps up onto the bed and starts licking at both Ro and Echo.
Biscuit! God, Biscuit!
Then
Then-
Biscuit
That's
said,
right. That's about right.
Wait, am I the only one who heard it, or?
No. So the two of you heard it. You heard the door creaking open.
Okay.
Cafe let Steele know that he saw Biscuit going into that
Oh,
room.
okay.
Yeah. So it was Biscuit
Aaron
pushing the
has.
door
Just
open.
Biscuit.
Was that roll to see who Biscuit snuggled with that night?
Oh
Absolutely.
my god!
Yes.
Biscuit.
That is exactly what that was for.
Oh.
There's ever a time to crit. There it is.
Yeah.
definitely.
After
I
he
should
kind
have
of
guys.
he kind of curls up down by both your feet on the bed and just
Biscuit knows where the real comfort is.
Good thing, because I would have told Biscuit that we need to burn the house down. Sure.
God.
Guess it worked out in y'all's favor.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you all
Rest.
for the evening?
Is Cafe good to keep an eye out?
Yeah, he should be fine.
Well,
Doesn't need to rest.
he saved my life, so I will trust him.
What he does.
I'm just gonna yawn and be like, good night, Ro. Thanks for being my best friend.
Ro's just gonna, yeah. Hey, you too. Yep. Good night.
Okay. So as you all drift off to sleep, visions start to come to you
Forgot about
again.
this. Oh no! I forgot this was a thing. I'm scared.
So Echo, again, you see the same visions you saw before as you look upon your parents sitting there having dinner. You see the familiar sight of your father getting up and going to the window, and the cloud of dark gray mist with the twisted faces coming straight at the building. And it crashes in as you get knocked to the ground, and you look up at Taryn as you are in the throes of training, and he helps you back to your feet. Ro, you get the same visions as before as well. running away from the Boromar brutes. As you approach the cliff, you trip and you fall 10, 20, 50 feet. But this time you feel a searing pain on the back of your hand as you prepare to hit the ground, and then you realize you are floating slowly to the ground. Steel, you catch a slightly different vision this time of your master, working with him in one of his workshops. But something's off about him this time. Something's not right. This was not the man you knew before. He seems more crazed and mad, talking about making creations to destroy his enemies. Halceris, you once again find yourself at the 12, working on the airship. You're there with your wife, enjoying all the fine work you've been doing these many years. And then the bright flash and the explosion, and her nowhere to be found. And Taryn, you see now the face of your ancestor as he looks over the valley with the large fire giant standing behind him. The same vision you had before, but now it's from a different angle. And you see him turn to the fire giant and ask if it's done yet. And then he looks back as if he's looking at you and winks. Then the morning comes.
So,
Been awake for 4 hours, adding things to the pile.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
I'm gonna call over to cafe. It's like, cafe, coffee time. I'm gonna hold out a little pouch,
Just pour cafe.
and he's gonna take a few bites out of the pouch of coffee grounds, and then go take a few sips out of the water jug, and take a seat on the stove as I start to
Just starts
to start a
shaking
little fire.
and produces coffee.
After
Relates himself.
a couple of minutes, you all start to smell the aroma of coffee being brewed.
And I'm gonna go over to the barrels and grab some grains, and a little bit more water, and I'm gonna make kind of a as best I can a kind of trail gravy.
Okay.
Cooking
You could
with
do-
steel.
Good.
Cooking episode 2.
I'm gonna
Make a nice
go over
red
to
eye.
then I'm gonna go over really gingerly and get right next to Halceris and go, Halceris, there's coffee.
Oh, gingerly.
Coffee.
Thank you, Steele.
Breakfast in bed?
I
You
appreciate
sounded
it.
like you were in pain last night. I didn't want to wake you too early if I could help it.
No, thank you. It's just, I think getting that armor off really kind of helped, allowed me to move around a little bit more. So, thank you. No, it smells wonderful. And I look, it's like, oh, it smells great. And I look around and look for the coffee pot and see the bird on the stove just like shaking around. Like,
You hear the sound of a percolator kind of coming from the bird.
Could you pour me a cup? I am not exactly sure how this works.
Cafe, coffee. He flies over and
He flies over and
a
just
little
kind of tips
stream, a little
himself.
stream exits his mouth.
Oh, I thought it was coming from. I was like,
I take a sniff.
Smells like coffee.
Like,
Take a sip.
Yep. No, it's decent coffee.
Thank you, Steele, and thank you, Kefe. If I have a moment before everyone else gets up for breakfast, I would like to take out the inkwell that I found and the needles.
Okay.
And I have the spell Identify, and I would like to cast Identify upon it.
Do I see him doing this?
Okay, so you're doing it on the box with the tools inside.
Yep, with the inkwell. That's kind of
just
I'm more.
the inkwell. Okay. So you cast it.
Alceris. That reminds me. I'm gonna get the orb out.
Okay, so you cast Identify on the inkwell, and the only bit of magic you really get from it is with some of the residue of the ink inside it. You get the sense that the dragon shard that you found, part of it had been crushed up and mixed in with the ink for this. But that's really the only kind of any kind of residue of magic you get off of the inkwell.
Do I and maybe I noticed this earlier, but do I know what kind of dragon shard was used in this?
So this was a Sybaris dragon shard.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, and I guess if he hands me the orb, I would do it as well.
No. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna cast Identify.
Oh, I mean, I already have my stuff out. It's ritual cast.
No, it's fine. I've actually got a tool for that. It's real easy. Watch.
You have
Got a barcode scanner.
Okay. So as you go through Steel, you sit down and you look at this orb. It is an orb of shielding.
Ooh.
So
and that does what?
So with this orb, you can hold it and use it as an arcane focus. And as long as you are holding it, you get double check real quick. Hold on. You have, I believe, it's resistance to fire.
Yeah.
Do I see them doing this?
Yes.
Not unless you're
so
kindling outside.
Not unless you're. Wait, are you? Here's the question: are you in the kitchen?
Or are you still
moving
trying to
around
burn the house
I'm moving around the house collecting burnable objects, or what I think is burnable, at least.
So to correct myself, it is not resistance. So what it does is, as long as you're holding it, you can use your reaction to reduce any fire damage you take by 1d4.
Okay.
So, yep. So it requires you to use your reaction, and it basically absorbs 1d4 worth of that fire damage. And you can tell that it's made out of Fernian basalt, which, Fernia is the fire plane of Eberron.
Do I get any sign of the book, or when I look at the what was the other thing? The little the pearl, the black pearl.
Yep. So you don't.
Does it?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you don't get any sense of magic coming off the pearl. It's just a black pearl.
Sarah, you want to take the book? You want to check the book and see if there's if you can see what's going on there?
Oh no! You need some help. It seems you have such quick little gizmo.
I can if you want me to. It's just that'd be all my spells for the day.
I had the ritual out. You could have saved. That's fine. I do it anyway. I have it.
I'm
Okay,
jealous
that's a
for a
ritual cast.
moment.
That's my bad. I should ritual cast it too, shouldn't I? Never mind. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay,
Yeah.
so looking at the book, after you do your ritual for casting and identifying the book, it's a magical spell tome. and you get the sense that there is some sort of encryption that's been placed upon this book. Something that would come mainly from House Civis.
Who?
So House Civis is the dragon marked house that's responsible for the news and stuff like that, but they also do translation, they do encryption. They're very versed in being able to like disguise languages and stuff like that.
All right. Maybe we should go let everybody else know there's breakfast.
I thought you were gonna say let them know about this, but I guess not.
I mean, breakfast conversation.
So the other thing you do get, Steel, is that orb does require attunement.
Gotcha. I'm gonna start walking through the central area over towards the room, and I'm gonna call Biscuit, breakfast. Come on, bud.
A Biscuit jumps down quick.
Wakes us up.
Comes running.
On his way out.
He steps on both of you.
Morning.
As you wake up, Ro, you're kind of hugging onto Echo.
You were hugging me. Why?
God, you get so close and you kick.
At least you're still on the bed.
So if he goes that way, then.
By the way, about what we talked about last night, don't bring it up to Tyrion just yet. I know. I said some stuff.
Can I just hit him without telling him why?
That's your prerogative. I'm not gonna sway. But I'm sure deep down he means well. But I can't see it right now.
And you hear a knock. Breakfast.
Yep, coming.
Smells good.
Ooh, all right.
I'll just take all the blanket that I've clearly hogged and just throw it onto Ro so I can beat her to breakfast.
Ro I get tangled up and I'm like, God, Echo!
That's what you get.
For what?
For saying I hogged the blankets.
I make my way to the front door and look out. Do I see Taryn at all? Is he hidden? I assume he's hidden at all times.
So what are you doing, Taryn?
I was collecting flammable things.
Okay, yeah, so Taryn's still kind of making his little pyre.
I really think Taryn is secretly an arsonist. Like, there's something.
What secret? It's not
It's not secret, sorry. It's like...
The cat's out now.
Honestly, he identifies as an arsonist.
Taryn, if you can...
Flipping back and forth. Hopping out of trees. Walking away. Found a raccoon. See, I found one.
Gaze of raccoon?
Please don't bring it in here, but if you can tear yourself away from your important work, Steel has made breakfast.
Keep it outside of the house.
I set down the raccoon. And I look at him. I look at the raccoon and say, "You may be free, little one." And scurry along. And I pick up some leaves and a branch, and just walk in the house and throw them on the pile.
Wait, was the raccoon actually alive, or did you just put a dead raccoon down?
I thought when you said you might be free, you were going to kill it and be like,
"Oh no,
non-lethal."
It was a live raccoon.
Oh, cool.
With his thumbs and such.
With his hands.
Their little hands that they wash.
Give a raccoon cotton candy.
I love raccoons. Oh God, it's so sad because they try and wash it.
I don't like this part. Let's skip this part.
Okay.
But yeah, sit down for breakfast.
When he walks in, Ro is just waiting at the door, and she just rears back and gets him in the shoulder.
Okay.
Dodge, please.
All right. Oh, you're trying to dodge it? Let's go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
What am I rolling?
No, you're not.
That is would it be unarmed strike?
Yes.
That's an 18 to hit.
And that
18?
does hit 18. That hits you, Taryn.
Don't be an asshole.
And good morning to you.
I like just the dead silence.
And Ro just walks away
Yeah,
and
that's the thing
flourishes.
With the comforter that you have on.
It's like so wrapped around me. I'm like,
Yes.
And while she's walking away, I just say under my breath, "Well, I might not tell you when I set the fire."
Probably smell it when it's set.
Hopefully.
Okay. So what would you all like to do with the rest of your morning?
get out of this.
I know. Can we just
Yeah,
eat
let's get
breakfast
out.
and
Let's-
leave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all have
We came across a couple of items you guys might want to see, and I show them the orb.
okay.
Are we the only two that use magic? Who else uses like a magic focus?
Taryn
Well,
does.
Taryn has
Fair.
made his own.
Doesn't mean it can't be upgraded,
That's
sir.
No, of course. I thought you would just be very proud.
I was just wondering if anybody wanted fire resistance in case you got out of hand specifically.
What
But
if we test
How big is
out?
it?
It's about a 3-inch diameter sphere.
3-inch diameter spear. So that's
a little bigger than a snitch.
that's a little too big to put on a necklace, isn't it?
It's a statement piece.
It's not exactly a clock, but it's close.
So you do know that you have what you did get from your identify is you actually have to be holding it in your hand.
But can you reach up and?
I mean, yeah, if you have it on a necklace, you could reach up and grab it, but it requires attunement.
I don't want
kinda-
it. I'm more interested in the black pearl.
Do, 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 do.
I don't show anybody the black pearl.
Love Black Pearl.
Look
Yeah.
at you keeping secrets.
Do, 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 do.
Halceris has seen it.
Of course, the cantrip dad's keeping secrets.
It
They
could
don't
have
have to
been
share
something
everything.
he had this whole time. He could have had this. Could be his personal pearl. I will say too that
Of
we have also,
wisdom.
Pearl
Stuff.
Sinol. Sorry.
Okay, so
Go back
what
to
else
bed.
do y'all plan on doing?
Does anybody want coffee?
Sure. It makes me anxious, but I'll drink it.
There you go.
It'll wake us up.
Cafe. Go to it.
Um,
Go to it.
so DM, it took us how long to get to this place? 3 days?
3 days, because the last half of it, you all kind of rushed it up. So kind of 4. It's been 4 days.
Like if we were to take a walk back,
It would
We
take
would
you
be-
about 4 to 5 days.
and then just for frame of reference, the note that we found mentioned attacking at the end of the month. Was that right?
Yeah, so Therendor is the 3rd month of the calendar year in Eberron, which is the current month that you are in. You're about little less than 3 weeks away from the end of the month.
Okay. So, all right, we would have.
Yep.
So it's not like we had to rush back to stop something. So I would say, if we are traveling back, I think which what we would like to do now, since we have found our friend, our pet Biscuit. I think we could use this opportunity to also train Biscuit a little bit better. If he starts breathing fire in the city, it might cause an alarm.
I had a thought about that as well. I'm with you on the training, but here's the question. Our down ship is probably another 5 days, maybe a little bit more, if we head towards the Moorlands, right?
So if you actually would all go to map 3, I can show you roughly. So looking at the map, the blue diamond is where you currently are located. And the teal diamond is roughly the location of where the ship had went down.
Blue, sorry, say that one more time. Teal is
So-
ship and blue is where we are.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
New Seer is way back there. So it'd
Yep.
be like a 3-day trip. Maybe less.
So you'd be looking at about a 4 to 5 day trip heading back to New Seer. You're looking at maybe a 1.5 to 2 day trip to the ship.
What if, team, do we think we could get to a main road and hitch a ride?
Not to where we're going.
No.
Everything else is going to be out of the way.
Definitely
It's going to be looking at the map. It's going to be a day to get to the nearest road at least. And then
I meant on
we'd have to-
the way back to New Seer.
No, it would. I mean, we might be able to shave a little bit of time, but probably not much.
Directions, not my forte. Out of city, not my forte.
It's
You also know that any travel is going to cost probably a pretty penny.
We found it pretty well.
I mean,
Steve found
yeah.
it pretty
Probably
There's
should
a
spend
few of
it.
us. But so we talk about some fast travel. If we can go get those shards and take them back, we could have our very own personal transports. 'Cause those hover horses are waiting for us back in New Seer.
Oh
They
god.
ju-
Sorry.
But yeah, we just would have to make it back to our ship. It'd take us a day, 2 days.
I mean, it is risky. The Mornlands seem dangerous to me, but it is close enough. It would be longer for us to go back and double back again. It is up to the group. I don't want to push anyone to go to this place that does not wish to go
To the Morlands.
into the.
Back to the ship. I have my own misgivings. I feel like there's something bad waiting for us at the ship. But
Wait, we're planning to go through into the Mournlands?
Yes.
only a little bit, just kind of like just a tiny into the Mournlands and then back out again.
I
It's
mean,
just
we
a little
we
bit
hope.
into the death.
We hope it is close. I would 100%. I will say that if we go, we are not camping in the Mornland. We are not
No.
staying
No.
for days. We are in and we are out. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm,
Same. right here.
As you all are having this conversation,
Oh God.
you all start to hear Biscuit in the other room starting to whine and whimper a little bit.
I'm
Has
gonna
anyone let him
starts
out
talking.
And as you look, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have Cafe go check it out.
Okay, so as you all kind of look out there, you see Biscuit is standing in front of the barrels that Taryn has been meticulously putting kindling around. And you all see the mark on the back of Biscuit's head start to glow. And you see Biscuit's mouth open up and a sheet of flame in a 15-foot cone just goes out from Biscuit's mouth.
Yes.
And ignites all the kindling and the barrels.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we should leave.
Go.
I-
Bye. I'm just gonna run out. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
gonna-
out. Come on, Biscuit. Come on.
Go Biscuit. Come on, let's go.
Yes. I give Biscuit a piece of dried meat. Good boy, Biscuit. That was magnificent.
And
Awesome.
as you all depart this, you see the flames starting to catch on more and more of this cabin.
Ooh.
We're out.
Bye, Roger.
Can I grab the was it a flag? Is it flagon? That I threw on the first pile.
Okay. Yeah, it was just it was a cup. I mean, it's
Yeah, it was a cup.
yeah.
You
You just grabbing one?
Yeah, it was grabbed.
Okay.
Souvenirs.
You grab one.
I look at as we're going out the door. I'm like, I mean, we could have stayed here on our way back, but that is fine. Whatever. It's just.
So one other quick note, however, as you saw Biscuit and that flame jet out from his mouth, each one of you just feels this wave of energy wash over you as you all take 3 points of force damage.
Jeez,
originating from Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Spicy.
Bad dog.
Biscuit has
Just got all these
reflux.
Biscuit, we're only level 2. Calm down.
And with that, as you all depart this cabin, that is where we're going to go ahead and call it for this evening.
I want to stand and watch the flames burn.
So before that, though, however, adventurers, congratulations. You have now reached level 3.
I'd like to resume that talk about a battle royale.
Yeah, let's see what y'all got. Come on.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Come on.
Yep. So this is definitely going to be a big level up for everyone. Some of you get to choose your subclasses now. Start getting a little bit more into some of your fun toys. But we will go ahead and get into that a little bit before we start the adventure next week. Maybe just let everybody know what you chose and all that, if you wish to do so. If not, we can just go right into it next week. But this is going to be a great spot for us to go ahead and stop for this evening. So before we cut out with our adventures, I believe you said you are going to the Mournlands now, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I'll make sure I have a few things prepared
Hesitantly heading to the Mournlands.
Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and have a quick few reminders, as well as going over and rating one of our friends for this evening.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free and you don't miss any of the action. And you also get access to additional content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos gives us a boost and helps future Tavern Raiders find out about the show.
Unfortunately, no one entered the giveaway this time, which sorry to say. So hopefully next time you'll remember to enter for the giveaway for Overhead Games Epic Avatar Generator.
Go ahead and visit overheadgames.com and check out the Avatar Maker tools. They are fantastic.
All right, guys. Tomorrow, if you like this pretty face, you can see it again. Or Velkin Weave Tuesdays. We'll be continuing our Parliament of Dreams two-shot. It's a two-shot, right? We did it last week. We're doing it this week. Yeah, we're finishing up this week. So it's a two-shot. So join me and the cast over there as we try to figure out what killed all of us. See you tomorrow.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
God, I didn't finish part 1. How dare you?
Oh, wow. You should.
That is interesting.
You should have been there, man. Yeah, the whole week.
All right, but definitely, hey, make sure you go ahead, tune in next week so we can see what our adventurers find as they proceed towards the Mournlands.
As we deal with our 3 damage that we took.
Yes. So it was great having y'all here. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
It is.